Hello there, and welcome back to the channel. Got another session for you with Izzy here. We're still working inside, at least for the video. We have been, if you've been watching our social media, walking outside and applying the e-collar as leash pressure for walking drills. My intention with this video and why we're working inside is to introduce for the very first time, after a bit of a warm-up and update, the vibrate and the tone. The vibrate to represent down and the tone to represent the recall. Knowing how she has been taken to the e-collar, and I wouldn't say superstitious or freaked out or anything, just she's sensitive. I'm anticipating that the vibrate's gonna startle her a little bit, and it's gonna take many repetitions than what we're gonna cover in this video for her to get used to it. But I'm saying that now to hopefully, I don't know, Murphy's Law it, and to where it actually goes more smoothly than I'm guessing. And now that I've said that, now it's gonna go back the other way. So, such is life. But anyways, she is doing a lot better about understanding the pressure, understanding the idea of escape avoidance, where if the pressure is there, she can escape it by doing the thing that I had asked for. And at the same time, she can avoid the pressure entirely by just doing the thing I asked for first. So, all right. There's some movement off screen that's distracting her, but let's get started. Izzy, let's go, come on. Come on. Sit. Yes. Sit. Yes. Sit. Yes. Those first two sits, I did not use the e-collar. That third one, a little tap right away. You can kind of see a little change in her behavior. Come here. And that tiny little moment. Sit. Yes. Good girl. Down. Yes. Good job. But part of that little tap there, and I know the practice of doing it is to create an urgency. If I ask you to do something, just quickly do it. Down. Yes. I'm like there. I said down, she looked at the camera, quick little tap. There was like a little thought. That's when she turned and put her head down. I guess I'll do it. She still didn't do it. And now the leash pressure is like, okay, fine. Down. Yes. She's catching on that I came back from a private lesson with another dog, and that's what she's distracting her. Izzy, come on. Good girl. Down. Yes. No e-collar at all on that one. And again, that's kind of what we're going for, is using the e-collar as pressure to get the job done. But there's a chance if you just do it right off the bat, then you don't have to feel it. Place. Yes. Place. Yes, e-collar pressure on that one. Hey, come here. Place. Yes. Come on, easy. All right. Heel. Good. Yes. Not enough to get the reward, but there was effort. And again, no e-collar. A. Good. Good. You're anticipating. Good. You're thinking too much. Good. Which is part of her personality. To kind of overthink, overanalyze, maybe not quite the right word, but just she puts a little too much pressure on herself about things happening and the requests that like she works herself up. Izzy, heel. Come on. Good. Yes. All right. So, most of that is without needing to use the e-collar. This is not our very first session of the day. Izzy has a small tank, so she's already still a little tired from the earlier session. All right. Now, I'm gonna start with the tone, and this is actually kind of working out in my favor here, because I want her some distance, but I'm going to use the tone, do a recall, and just introduce like this sound and try to start the idea of creating the association that the tone means. Come to me. Here. Yes. Just as I said the verbal command, that's when I stopped pressing the button and then applied the leash pressure to get her up, get her moving, and mark that yes. But let me see if I can create a little bit of space. I am using a very short leash, so there's only so much space that I can allow for, but in this first introduction, I'm like, that's fine. That's what we're after. Here. Yes. Now, so far with this tone, it's just the tone. There is no stim that I'm applying along with it. Other models of the e-collar, the same button, if held continuously, can have the tone and it turns into the stim. The tone will shut off at that point, and this can be programmed to do that, but that's not what's happening. It's just the tone until I let go of the button. And then it's the leash pressure, no stim is being applied just yet. And probably not gonna be applied in this session. Here, yes. I actually appreciate that she was sniffing the tarp there. You can see that she's sniffing. I hit the button for the tone. She paused, but kept her nose there. And it still recorded my voice and even the leash to get her to follow through. But the way she turned that time, of course, she turned away from the camera and all the fluff, maybe it's hard to see on screen. And I see the gears are turning. So let's see if I'm right. Here, yes. And there we go. She's starting to respond to the tone. She was looking at the floor like, well, okay, where's this coming from? What does it mean? But she's thinking. Here. Yes. Yes. That one was almost a little bit of a gimme rep because I'm moving back already before I hit the button. Here. Yes. But that's fine. Again, I'm introducing it. My main focus, my main concern is that she hears the tone and starts connecting it. No. Good. Starts connecting it to doing something involving me. I'm not really trying to make sure that in this first lesson, and especially these first reps, that she knows tone is recall. I want to make sure she doesn't panic about it, which again, I'm anticipating with the vibrate. We'll see. Yes. But we can start to see some signs where she's connecting the dots a little bit better. Of course, now she's sniffing my pants again because she wants to think about or learn about the dog from that private lesson. So maybe she's not gonna, there we go. Yes, she's not gonna let me create the space between us to get more repetitions, then it might be time to shift into the vibrate. Now I'm gonna grab the leash shorter so I can follow through. Voice, body, leash. It's gonna be the sensation, voice, body, leash. Down. Yes. Yes, come on, good girl. Just as I thought. Now, when I press this button, and especially when I hold the button, which is not what happened, I just did a single press. When I hold the button, what she's gonna feel is pulse, 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 pulse of the vibrate. I just pressed it so she only felt one pulse. Especially with that kind of response, it's very likely that she feels pulse, 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 pulse. While the intensity of each pulse doesn't change, in her head it grows and grows and grows and can become very quickly overwhelming. So, one little pulse, don't worry about it. I said down, do the down, pressure for the down, with the leash pressure, not applying the stim yet at all on this session. Maybe one day that will be the case, but I want her not to overthink and worry about this new sensation. Which she's gonna, because this is Izzy, that's just her MO. So we gotta help her work through this. Down. Yes. Come on, good girl. Good job. Down. Yes. There was no vibrate on that one. What I have learned with repetitions of heel and the stim, and she starts to become superstitious of the behavior itself, the command, because of the new sensation. So I'm definitely with her, unlike some of the other dogs usually. It's not uncommon though. Get many repetitions of just the command without the tone, without the vibrate. Well, the tone she's not being superstitious of, but without the vibrate to help make sure that the superstition doesn't transcend to the command itself. Izzy, come on. I know, I'm talking a lot. Down. Yes. And that's also part of why I'm not using the stim for these kinds of downs without the vibrate. Also why down. I'm giving her so much more body language, yes, than what you saw me do in the beginning of this session with her, even while I was using the stem. Izzy, come here, sit. Yes, lighten things up, do some sits. Down. Yes, but obviously you can tell on that one, I did a touch of the vibrate and got another rep that way. Down. Yes. Now she's trying to make herself feel more comfortable, which is why she's walking around, kind of getting much closer to me instead of being out there. Hey, down. So I will be, yes, using the leash to try to keep her in that position. Sit. Yes. Sit. Yes. To basically get that same result there. Down, but with the down. Yes. And especially when I use the vibrate for the down. Down. Hey. Nope. Down. You're overthinking. Yes. Come on. Sit. Yes. Sit. Yes. Down. No. And so I can get some nitpicky repetitions that way. Down. Yes. Just do the down on that space. There was no vibrate on that one. Down. Yes. Come on. You're getting even more tired than you already were at the start, which obviously kind of normal, but you're pretty much tapped to begin with. Down. No. Down. Right there. Right there. Yes. Goofball. Obviously that one included the vibrate. Sit. Yes. Down. Too much moving. I should have done something. Yes. Good. Down. You're overthinking. Yes. Izzy, come on. Good girl. Down. Yes. So very last down without the vibrate, the one prior to that with the vibrate. Good girl. Good. So we're gonna wrap it up there because you're toast. You're toast. I can almost I can almost feel the heat coming through that fluff there. Your brain is on fire. But there we go. Another e-collar session. She's doing a lot better about the stim in of itself. She's looking similar, especially with the vibrate, to what we saw in that first session with the stim and the first couple of sessions since the video. But she's definitely, again, doing much better with the stim, which means, hi. We're gonna keep this practice, keep the repetitions going, help her understand, help her process that the vibrate is not a scary thing, and make sure the tone stays as what we've seen here. Where it's like, what is this weird sound? It means come running to me. But we're always gonna keep in mind, she's a bit sensitive. Hi. Obviously, with these new experiences, but at the same time, she can be driven when she's focused, she's excited about stuff in the world that with the stim itself, the numbers we might have to go up to something a little higher. The vibrate probably is gonna cut through just fine, so we don't have to make any changes to that or even add the stim as a follow through. The tone, kind of the same idea, but as there's more distractions, the tone will probably include the stim as some follow through. But one step at a time, one day at a time. The whole point of First Day is just to create the basics of the understanding and introducing this. We'll work with her owners in private lessons to keep pushing when everything's in a new context in that way. So I think without further ado, we'll wrap up there. I'm sure you've heard Pippi in the background most of the time. It's time to get the other dogs out. So as always, if you liked what you saw, hit the like button. If you have any questions about anything, drop them in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe so you can keep up with us and everything that we've got going on. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Good girl.